The RV Show USA is brought to you by Flagstaff, building better RVs, making smarter RVers.
Yes, it is. And, each week we take a few minutes and visit with some folks from inside the RV industry in an effort to get a better understanding of how the RV industry works. Now, we do this with our friends from Flagstaff Rockwood in an effort to provide some helpful information to make your owning experience more enjoyable and to help you maximize, the life expectancy of your RV. On the RV Show USA guest line, we have Roger Beiler, who is the warranty manager there in Millersburg, Indiana. What are you responsible for, Roger? Everything when it comes to warranties?
We have it broken down, so I don't take care of so much of the claims aspect side of things when dealers are submitting to us for like warranty approval and claims authorization. I handle more the side of actually discussing situations with dealers and retail customers, helping out with how to fix something, how to troubleshoot something, or even maybe just some information on how to actually use the trailer itself.
It sounds to me that you and the people in a warranty department in any company, not just an RV company, have a very difficult job because typically when people call you, they're not happy. And, and you've got to make them happy. But sometimes, talk to me about the difficulty of that and what kind of calls and what kind of things do you have to field?
Sure. The difficulty with the situation is that, like you said, we're here in northern Indiana. We've got customers all across northern America and even other parts of the world. And, our dealerships, our service centers, our eyes, ears, hands, and feet out there in the field. So, we have to have them as a partner, and, we want that partnership as strong as possible to be able to take care of retail customers and to actually have something fixed. Because, we can do what we can on our part, but, it's not always an option to have somebody come out there to the customer or have the customer come to us just due to, geography of this world and where we're at.
Since I have no idea in terms of how a warranty claim begins, when somebody gets, if I have an issue and it finally gets to somebody up there in Millersburg, up there in Indiana at Flagstaff Rockwood, does that same person carry it through, see it through to the end, or is it passed off to a chain of people until the issue is resolved?
We definitely try everything we can to keep everything taking care of a claim to one person. That helps us be more efficient and better communicating with the customer or dealership, whoever it is that's submitting that to us. Mm-hmm. More hands and people involved in situations make things more complicated, and, that's our ability to communicate. So we do everything we can to keep it to one person.
Describe for me, if you would, the proper protocol, the proper procedure. If I'm an RV owner and I see something doesn't work, I believe it's a warranty issue, what do I do? Do I call you? Do I call the dealer? Do I take my RV there? What's the proper protocol, and what are some things that you don't do out of the gate?
Sure. Always, the first thing that I would always suggest to any customer would be to contact your selling dealership or whatever dealership you're working with currently. They're the ones who are there. They know you. They have their service departments, their salespeople that you bought the trailer from, there to try to work with you to resolve that situation. If the situation is not being resolved through the dealership, or you feel that it's not being handled properly, that'd be the time to get in contact with the manufacturer to see what they can do to intercede with the situation.
Can you give me an example or two of what a warranty claim would be? Give me, what do you hear that yep, that's a warranty claim, and then give me an example or two of something that's not a warranty issue.
Sure. Well, a lot of things, are in the trailer, a lot of components. So, if you have a component failure, you're using your trailer 9 months into ownership, the stereo stops working, what doesn't power on. That's definitely sounds like a warranty issue, unless there is for some reason damage to it where, somehow it's not been taken care of or, somebody smashed it, mm-hmm. Then that would be a warranty issue. Dealership should be able to file that warranty claim. And it should be a smooth, easy process to have that replaced under the warranty.
What kinds of things, have you seen that people want to submit as a warranty item, and you go, that's not us. That's not our deal.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of things, if we see, the trailer's been owned for some time and then all of a sudden something is reported as damaged, we have a lot of processes that we do to catch damage if it is indeed something that's here from the factory. But, at a retail customers, when they're owning the trailer, it's hard to see how that would have been like that from the manufacturer when it should have been inspected by the customer, inspected by the dealership before it was actually delivered to the customer.
Do you think that I always say, look at the paperwork, and in business, go back to the very beginning. And if you have a claim that you think is going to be a warranty claim, it's probably best to pull out your warranty and read it. It surprises me how many RVers I talk to, they say, I've got it, but I haven't read it, their warranty. What do you think about that?
Oh, definitely. By all means, it's definitely going to help you understand what to expect out of the process of having a warranty situation handled. That's something that we get into a lot of discussions with customers about, is just their expectations of how that warranty issue should be resolved, and what the actual warranty covers is often quite different from their expectations.
Okay, talk about expectations. What about response time? If I have an issue, because I know the clock is ticking on a warranty, no matter who you buy an RV from, what about response time? You say, go to my dealer. How quickly should the dealer respond? And what can I do to encourage them without going, getting ugly on them? Talk to me about realistic expectations on response time when I have an issue.
Sure. Well, I would think, if you call your dealership to report an issue to them, I can't see a reason why that conversation wouldn't be able to happen quickly, where you're telling them, here's the issues that you're having with it, and then looking to see, what kind of service schedule and service date they could offer to you to get that fixed. What you can expect as far as an actual service date is a wide gap, out there in the industry. Summertime when things are busy, it's going to be, a little bit more lengthy of a time frame versus maybe in the wintertime or in those periods when not as many people are camping. So it's really hard to say what kind of repair dates, but at least there should be able to have that conversation to figure out what that plan is. And ideally, we can do that quickly, but, it's working with your dealership.
I think that the way I ask the question is kind of like asking somebody, how long is a piece of string? Well, it depends. It depends on if you're trying to tie a shoe or you're trying to, wrap a present or whatever. And how long is the response time? It all depends. But I often hear from RVers that they say the dealer blames the manufacturer. The manufacturer says, no, that's the dealer. And they get caught in this cycle. How does someone from the consumer standpoint figure out really what the deal is before they wake up, and they have no warranty left? I mean, what can you tell somebody that has that situation or feels that I don't think they're being played. I don't think it's an intentional thing, but I think oftentimes things do just take a lot of time. What do you tell the consumer when they're frustrated like that?
Well, we definitely don't want to be placing blame, and that's kind of the sad and disparaging part of what happens sometimes in the RV industry, is where we get into, blame situations where, like you said, dealership blames the manufacturer blames the dealership. Ultimately, the customer doesn't get taken care of, and everybody loses in that situation. And that's where, being able to work with your selling dealership, we would strongly encourage customers to buy their trailer local. Buy it from that dealership where you can have that relationship, and where you bought it from them, you can work with them with your service department and take care of issues. And do the research, too, on the dealership. Do the research on the manufacturer ahead of time. See what kind of reviews they get, what people say about their service after the sale, because that's, where we see a lot of people, their complaint of is, the dealership or manufacturer, everybody took great care of me when I was looking at buying it. Once I bought it, then, I'm tossed to the wind.
I hear more and more people saying, like what you just said, is the relationship is so critically important, and knowing that person in the service department, that I am eventually going to have to know who that person is, because all RVs from time to time need some kind of work. So, you know what? We got music coming up. That means a hard break. We'll catch it next week. And thanks so much, Roger. Thanks so much, okay? All right, folks, this is the RV Show USA. That was a fast 10 minutes, wasn't it? All right, I'm Alan Warren, the RV Wingman, back with more after this quick timeout.